Happy Friday, Magee families. Here is our weekly message. I want to say a great big thank you to everyone who was able to come to Culver's at our last Scoopy night. We raised the most money out of all the KM schools this fall from Culver's. We raised over $500 for Magee Elementary School, which means our sales were over $5,000 at Culver's on that night. So thank you very much for coming out, enjoying some Culver's, and having wonderful conversations with the community. The PTO is coming back with holiday gift giving. You should have more information about this opportunity next week. I'm just going to give you a little bit of information to foreshadow what is coming. So last year, the PTO started the holiday gift giving, where parents can go to a link and upload money, a monetary amount for teachers, and then that money is given to teachers, and then they can choose gift cards from a variety of different stores, and then use that money that was gifted to them to purchase a holiday gift or gifts. So in the near future, the PTO will be sending something out for you as an option for holiday gift giving during the holidays for Magee staff. That information will be sent soon. I mentioned last week that I was going to go through our annual report, or what is called in the district a linkage report. And its purpose is to link what the schools are doing to what the school board is providing us, and to give an annual report of how we did last school year. So that was given on Tuesday, November 19th, this past Tuesday. And like I said in the last video, I'm going to go through that slideshow with you. So we have something to celebrate. The U.S. News just came out with their school rankings, and Magee Elementary was ranked number 133 out of over 1,000 Wisconsin elementary schools. And this is one to celebrate, number 1 in Kettle Moraine District elementary schools. So that number 133, a goal for me professionally, is to get us within the top 100, if not closer to number 1 throughout the state. And as you can see, our ranking is what it is because our school is outperforming the district in math and the state, as well as outperforming the district in reading and the state as well. So I want to really just say thank you to all of you for trusting me to be your principal and to lead the students and staff in the community here at Magee. A great accomplishment for us. This is our school report card for this year, and what you'll notice is that our achievement is great. We are achieving more than the state average. We are quite above, and our growth continues to improve in both math and ELA. You will see that the growth is a little under the state average for now, but we know that this is an action step that we need to pursue. So our school goals for academics this year is that 95% of our students will reach their target growth goal by the end of this year. So we hope with the work of differentiation and enriching in small group instruction will allow each student to grow and achieve as they should in a year at school. So this is our school report card for now. I'm hoping to see it up above 77.7 for next school year, and an increase in our growth areas for both reading and math. I'm sorry. This was our academic goal for last school year. The green means we met or exceeded the goal. The yellow means we just missed that goal, and the red means there was no movement whatsoever. And when you look at this, you'll see that there is no red. Our students achieved greatly in our nationally normed assessments last school year for English language arts. And what you can remember is last year was our first year with our new curricular resource called MyView for ELA, and our goal was to see a practically significant increase of 5% in our early reading and our A reading scaled scores. In the fall, we started off, you can see when you're looking at the chart, in the fall, you can see where each grade level started off. And then under the spring column, you can see where we ended at the end of the school year. Now, you'll see that 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade are highlighted in yellow, but I want to draw your attention to the column that says benchmarks. Those are the nationally normed benchmarks for the end of the year for each grade level. And what you can see is that even though we in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade just missed our set goal for the school year, the students still exceeded the nationally normed benchmarks for English language arts. So we may not have reached that 5% like we were hoping for in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, but they still exceeded what our benchmarks are for 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade by the end of the school year. So a lot of things to celebrate. We have seen that the implementation of MyView is helping our students grow in English and language arts. This data that you're going to look at right now is our nationally normed assessment data from last school year, from fall to spring. And as you can see in early reading, we want to see the majority of our students in low risk and some risk. And as you can see, we have the majority of our students there. By the end of last school year, 5K in 1st grade, 85% of our kindergartners and 1st graders met their goals. And then we had 15% who, left kindergarten with the need for additional support coming into the next school year. Our early math scores, as you can see, we ended in kindergarten and 1st grade with 94% of our students where they should be by the end of the school year. Here is our A reading. So this is 2nd through 5th grade. And you're going to notice something different on these charts. You see a blue color, and that's college pathway. So starting in 2nd grade, there is enough assessment data where we can start to determine the path, if students are on a path for college readiness. So what you can see is in here, we really do look at the blue and the green as the students get older, and we want to see smaller percentages in our yellow and red. So what you can see by the end of last school year in the spring, we had 81% of our students in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade show proficiency and meet their goals. And then when we talk about math, we saw 84% of our 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders meet those goals at the end of the year. And like I said, I will touch base a little bit later in this presentation about our academic goals and how we're going to set an expectation that 95% of our students will meet their growth goals for the end of this school year. Last year, we had also a citizenship and personal development goal, as well as a communications goal. You can see where we started off last school year. So our goal was focused on citizenship and personal development. On most kids at the school follow the rules. And you can see we had a low percentage 2 years ago when this assessment was taken. Last year, we set a goal where we wanted to see a statistically significant increase in this score of 5% or more. We rocked it. We blew it out of the park. At the end of the school year, 79.76% of our students that took the survey feel as though most kids at school follow the rules. So we did a really great job with making sure we all understood what our rules are and how we must follow them. So it was kudos to the students for really making sure that they were following the rules throughout the school year last year. Our communications goal was around, I know how to support my child's learning. And last year we started sending home Zern letters to help you understand what the unit is and how you can support your child at home. And as you can see, we went from 88% to 90.91%. When I was talking to district administration, that even though we didn't get our goal of 93.07%, this 90.91% was the highest communication percentage in the district. So we worked very hard last school year to improve our communications, and we can see it happening. And we have an additional focus this school year on how we are communicating to families as well. And as you can see, overall, how would you rate your school's communication? 95 to 100% is where we wanted to end, because last school year, 100% of the families that took the survey agreed that we had amazing communication last school year. So we ended at 90, 97.10%, and we fell within that 95 to 100% range. So there we go. Now, here are the surveys broken down a little bit. This is the parent survey at first. So everything that's in green saw an increase from last school year. So 98% of the parents who took the survey feel as though when their child breaks the rules at school, they are treated fairly. 97% identified that our school provides opportunities for parent involvement. 96% said they're proud that my child attends this school. 96% said that the school has high expectations for their children. 92% say our school communication is both timely and transparent. And then 90% said they know how to support their child's learning. Now, an area of wonder and continued development is I'm updated on how my child is doing at school. And we had that communications expectation document. So the hope of that and streamlining and making a systematic approach to communication will help us see an increase in that 86%. And then we're going to continue to further understand how parents want us to address bullying. We continue to work on bridging the disconnect between the students who may be bullying one another and building a connection. Because sometimes what we realize is when someone's bullying, there may be something that they do not know or they need to work through. So really continuing to strengthen the community and the relationships between students is a good way of addressing bullying. So I will continue to work with our parent advisory to see how else our parent community would like us to address bullying in our school. Our student survey, areas of celebration. I try my best at school. So 98.81% of our students try their best at school, which is amazing. 94% of our students that took the survey believe that their teachers make classes fun and interesting. 90.36% say our teachers explain things in the way that I get it. 90% of our students love to learn new things. And 87% of our students know that if they need help, they can talk to their teacher outside of class, not just during class, but outside of class. Some areas of development and wonder. I feel safe at school. I'm a big component that should be 100%. So we're going to keep working on that until hopefully we can get 100%. It's very important that we feel safe at school. And when we feel safe at school, we are comfortable to learn. 80% of our students say they can relate to what I'm learning at school. So we'll continue to figure out from our student advisory what they mean by that and how we can relate what they're learning in school to what they're working with through and day to day. And then, of course, we all know in the professional world, once we get out of school, we do a lot of work with other people, one-on-one, in small group, or in a large population. And one of the things that we're working with students this school year is how they can feel comfortable working in small groups. As you can see, 78% of our students surveyed don't quite like working in small groups, but part of growing up is working with other individuals and working in small groups. So we'll continue to improve on that and work with our students to see how we can improve on that. And then our staff survey, areas of celebration. I am proud to be working at this school, 100% of the staff. All students in our school are given equal opportunities to learn and experience success, 100% of our staff. I feel support by my supervisor, administrator when I make a decision, 100% of our staff. I feel comfortable sharing input and concerns with my supervisor, administrator, 100% of the staff. And then again, I feel safe at work, 96.97%. Love to see that at 100% because again, when we feel safe as a staff, then we're here, comfortable, and ready to teach our students. Areas of concern and wonder, and these are always conversations that we continue to have with staff. Our staff handles student discipline in a consistent manner, and that did increase from last school year, but I would like to see it continue to increase when we started implementing the matrix that allowed staff to understand further like how they should consistently manage student discipline and how I would. So we'll continue to work on that. And we have to have an understanding that not every adult in the building handles student management the same way. So we can't just say that we're all going to follow the same expectation when we all have different ways of managing students and the discipline. So we will continue to use the matrix and we will continue to work on our flexibility and how we can know that we're being consistent when it comes to that. And then the 80.65% is I have opportunities for training our professional development to improve my work. That really was an area of growth that we needed to consider for our special education paraprofessionals. And so this school year, we surveyed them what they would like to have more professional learning on, and we have developed multiple days this school year while our instructional staff are learning and growing. Our special education paraprofessionals are learning and growing as well. So we have action steps for that. And here you go. Here are our goals for the school year. Our academic excellence goal is that by the end of this school year, we will see 95% of our students reach their target growth goals in both math and reading. And we're going to continue to look at our diagnostic assessment results to review the data to see how we can enrich and differentiate our small group instruction. We are participating in the science of reading training, so that's going to help as well. And then I have restructured our TCT time, our Thursday afternoons when we have early release, to focus on in-the-moment student data and planning around that. Our life skill goal is by the end of this school year, Magee will see a practically significant increase in the student statement, I feel safe at school, from 90 to at least 95%. Like I said earlier, I want it to be 100%. And we have a monthly focus on specific executive functioning skills. So planning, organization, flexibility, thinking flexibly, working memory, impulse management, all of these. And every month we work through why do we need to know this and why do we need to understand it? They are life skills. And what goals are we setting this month individually to make sure that we're focusing on that? So every month when we are talking at an all-school assembly and during our daily announcements, we're talking about the goal that we're setting and we're monitoring that goal. And it's really great to see what goals students are setting and how they are monitoring it and keeping track of things. Our citizenship and personal development goal is that by the end of this school year, Magee will see a practically significant increase in the following statements. I have opportunities for professional development to improve my work, and I am satisfied with our school's effort to address bullying. So some action steps are that homework and communication expectations for students, staff, and families, professional learning around feedback and scaffolding for that differentiated instruction in the classroom. We also have professional learning around executive functioning, ADHD, anxiety, and other things. We are implementing school-wide what's called Kelso's Wheel of Problem Solving. And every classroom has a poster with this wheel. And what it is it is a tool for students to use when they need to solve a problem with a peer or peers. And they look at this wheel and they choose which is the best strategy to solve this problem, and then how am I going to move forward with using that. And you will see later in the school year, we've updated our reflection sheet to include Kelso's Wheel of Problem Solving. So when a student is filling out that reflection sheet, they can identify which strategy they will use next time if a situation arises again. And then our final area is expanding and developing partnerships. By the end of the 2024-2025 school year, Magee will see a practically significant increase in the following statements. I like working with my classmates in small groups, so we're going to work on building partnerships in the classroom. And I'm updated with how my child is doing at school. We will continue to build our partnerships with our parents and the community at home. The Magee PTO board is doing a really great job building community partnerships, and that is a big step and a big part of this goal this year. And we've also started to bridge that partnership with the PTO by including staff members in their PTO meetings. So that's another way of building partnerships. And then, of course, our parent and student advisories, building those connections and partnerships with our parents and students to make sure that the decisions that we're making here at Magee satisfy the needs and the wants of those that we serve. And that is all I have for this annual report. This is what I presented. Like I said at the beginning, I have felt really blessed the last 4 years to be the principal here at Magee. And it has been a wonderful journey to see how the school, the students and the staff in the community has grown over these last 4 years. So I really am very grateful that you continue to trust my leadership and trust what the staff is doing here for your students and for your family. So thank you very much. Just a couple more things. Don't forget Friendsgiving. If you're still able to drop some stuff off, that's great. The Student Council is actually starting to box up the shoe boxes and wrap them up for our assembly on Tuesday. That'll be exciting. Remember, fall break starts next week, Wednesday, November 27th, and it ends at the end of Sunday, December 1st, which means we are back in action at Magee on Monday, December 2nd. Our November upcoming events and December upcoming events. We have Fine Arts Day on Wednesday, and then we have our break. And then in December 19th, we have our a cappella choir concert from the high school. They're coming here at 9:30. You're more than welcome to come. Our staff will carol at arrival time in the entry as students are coming in. We will have our classroom celebrations on the 20th, and then, of course, winter break is December 23rd through January 1st. My bad. I did not put the PTO meeting here on this image, but if you go into the e-newsletter underneath this video, the upcoming December PTO meeting is on that image. And then that is all I have for you this week. That was much longer than typical. I do appreciate you listening to this week's update. There's a lot of celebrations to share, a lot of great things that are happening, and a lot of areas in which we know that we can continue to grow in. So if you have any questions at all about this specific video, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm happy to speak further with you and offer any clarification. Have an amazing weekend, and I look forward to seeing everyone back here on Monday. Take care.